Okay, for tonight's homework, I'm going to have you copy all of this problem. I'm also going to have you plug it in to check and then write down the 5 words that prove to me that you listened to this from beginning to end. So here we go. The first word is red. Red. Okay, we want you to solve this system of 2 equations. You're going to solve them by graphing, find that point where they intersect, and then take that point and plug it in both for f of x and x into both. So to graph, we want you to graph using the quick slope intercept method, which is look at the plane number all by itself, because that tells you where on the up or down line to put that very first point. So the first point I put on 3 on what used to be the y-axis but is the f of x axis now. So I put my first point on 3. Then I look at my rate of change, or the number in front of x, because that tells me where to go from that point. Or that tells me my common difference, or my slope, or my rise and run. If it's a fraction, I have a rise and run already. I have a run of 2 boxes to the right, and a rise of 1 just from that number in front of x, which is 1/2. So if I plot it from the point 3, following that slope, I'm going to go right 2 boxes, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1. I need you to be able to stair step the opposite way. Down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. I need you to draw your line through them, and I'd like you to label that line, since we're doing a system or more than one on one equation or one graph. Label it. That one is f of x equals 1/2 x plus 3. The second word is blue. Blue. All right, graphing the second equation, go up to 8 on the y-axis, or on the f of x axis. That's my very first point goes. This slope in front of x isn't a fraction, so any whole number, you could turn it into a fraction by putting it over 1, which means from this one, from the point 8, I'm going over 1 box, but then from there going down 2. Right 1, down 2. That's what a -2 rise over run is. So from my point 8, right 1, down 2, or down 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, or right 1, down 2. Stair step the opposite way, left 1, up 2. Draw your line through them. Label that line. And again, that line is f of x equals -2x plus 8. I want you to label that point where they come together. That is the coordinate 2 for x. This graph's coming back, I'm sorry. 2 for x, up 4 for y. So 2 for x, up 4 for y. That used to be y, but it's now f of x. So that point right there, that green point, is 2, 4. The third word is black. Black. Now I want you to check it, which means taking those equations, and for each one I'm going to plug in 2 for x and 4 for f of x. So for this one, plugging in 4 for f of x, because that's the number for f of x, equal to 1/2 times x, which for this problem is 2, plus 3. I know fractions are difficult, but 1/2 of 2 is just 1, so that ends up being 1 plus 3, and that is a true statement. 4 equals 4. The next check, f of x equals -2x plus 8. I'm going to replace f of x with 4, equal -2, where x is, I'm putting a 2, plus 8. This will give me 4 equals -4 plus 8, which is 4 equals 4. So that check does work. The fourth word is yellow. Yellow. But again, on these, to get full credit, If I'm saying solve it, at least write the equations next to each line and give me that coordinate clearly labeled. If it says solve and check, solve it by graphing, label the lines, give me that point, but check it. Take that coordinate and plug in 2 for x and 4 for f of x. Prove to me that it works. The fifth word is dog. I'm going to have you turn this in tomorrow. Good luck.